One of the things I missed most before the pandemic is hearing a compliment about my smile. Who here can remember when they received a compliment like this, or when a friend's smile would simply brighten your day? Today, I'm going to explain why smiles are contagious and how it is important to the brain, generally improves your mood, and is necessary for relationships. Everyone can smile, and it's something we do every day. So I think it's important to understand why we do it and how it affects those around us. The first point I would like to talk about is why smiling is contagious to the brain. An article published by the student scientist discusses how our orbital frontal cortex, which is responsible for impulse control and response inhibition, produces a reaction to a smile in almost milliseconds. The reaction to a smile releases more endorphins when compared to a reaction to a neutral face or a frowny face, which generally inhibits these pleasure signals. The next thing about smiling is called the priming effect. An article published in 2003 by the Department of Psychiatry at the University of Tübingen, Germany, tells us that our brain demonstrates something known as the priming effect, which observes the amount of time our brain registers to produce a reaction to a frown or smile. The study showed that it was significantly quicker and easier on the brain to smile rather than frown, even though smiling uses more muscles. Smiling also builds immunity. According to Dr. Murray Gosen, an ENT otolaryngologist who studies psychoneuroimmunology, said contagious smiling or even fake smiling can send signals to your brain which reduce stress and ultimately lower your heart rate. Contagious smiling leads to stronger brain health and increased happiness, which improves the overall well-being of the body. Smiling brightens your mood and affects other people's moods as well. The second point I was like talked about is how smiling influences your mood. A game day study was conducted in 2016 by Richard Jensen and Yawei Wang, who are both marketing professors at Montclair State in New Jersey. They wanted to observe fans to see how the employee smiling affected the fans and their overall experience at the sport event. The results found that when someone returned a smile, it showed reduced stress and an improved, happier mood. The fan was also twice as likely to have a better experience and a greater likelihood to return to future sports events. This was also observed through control groups and the use of MRI machines and brain scanning. Smiling is universally happiness. Smiling is a universally perceived form of happiness. Lead investigator Emma Oda, a professor at the Institute of Psychology, University of Sao Paulo, Brazil, conducted studies in 1996 between various races, ethnicities, and regions, which observed that no matter who was smiling, the resulting effect it had on the person was an increased mood of happiness and comfortable body language. This goes to show that contagious smiling can improve someone's daily and future happiness, regardless of race, gender, location, etc. The third and final point I would like to discuss is how smiling is necessary for relationships. Smiling is a social cue. Evolution has deemed that smiling is not always caused by pure happiness. Smiling is sometimes forced and also necessary to communicate that you are more approachable and understanding, as communicated by Dr. Harry Whitchell, a senior lecturer in psychology at the University of Sussex, who says that behavior ecology theory suggests that all smiles are tools used in social interactions, and that theory claims that cheerfulness is neither necessary nor sufficient for smiling. It can also improve romantic relationships. According to a study in 2016 by the Department of Psychology at Swansea University, smiling can also be contagious because it makes you more attractive to a potential significant other. This was found to be true regardless of gender or age. Smiling can also improve work relationships. In a book published in 2010 titled Happiness at Work by Jessica Price Jones, a workplace consultant professional, she conducted a study of 3,000 people concerning happiness at the workplace and found that the happier they were and the more they smiled, the greater their success and work productivity improved. She found that the happiest employees were more energized by 180% and spent 80% of their week on work-related tasks compared to those who were not happy, and demonstrated about 40% of the week dedicated to work-related tasks and enjoyment. This is significant because contagious smiles lead to greater happiness, which improves both work, social, and romantic relationships. Today, I have explained why smiles are contagious and important in almost every daily facet of our lives. Contagious smiling is important because it leads to an overall increase in health, relationships, and happiness. The next time you observe a smile, maybe observe the happiness you felt and return one back. Because before this pandemic, I think we all took our smiles and happiness for granted. Thank you.